That is how it must be. It'll set us all free. I'm all alone again. Hello, hello, hello. It is day 276 of From Here to Jerusalem. Walking from West Cork to Jerusalem with a harp on your back. Sean the harp, Jerry the stick, and my good self. We're in Belgrade, Beograd, in Serbia. And we just left our couch surfing host, Musa, who has really kindly allowed me to sleep, use his Wi-Fi, and I had sent out more requests for couches. But I realized I am really tired. So what I'm going to do, look at those poor little boys, like 3 of them. 1, 2, and there's one. I realized that I actually do need a break. So I sent out a whole rake of requests yesterday. I could chance my arm and go to the Franciscans. I want to visit them anyway. But what I want is to have some private time, some private space, and just rest. So I just booked a room for 3 days, less than 20 euros a day, so it's all fine. It's a really basic room. I think there is an oven and a toaster, so I don't have to go out for food. It'll be good for me. Like, I can buy a rake of remember I did that in where did I do that? In Hungary, during, what was it? I was 2 days somewhere for Serbian Christmas. Serbian Christmas. So I was just over the border. And I just ate. So I think that's what I should be doing now. That's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go up the hill, find this place, book in, put the harp down. Because the harp has been a spare. Ooh, where have we heard this word before lately? He's not been working. I have to think about this as well. Tomorrow I might go meet a friend of my friend in Berlin, who is a journalist here, and there seems to be great confusion about what's wrong with my bag. It's not that complicated. Now yesterday I also met with Bobic, and I think he's coming to show me a few more things. He showed me the hidden bridge, and he took me for pasta in an old hammam, which is now a restaurant, an old Turkish hammam, which was really, really lovely, across from one of the churches where we attended evening prayer. And this nun was singing. It was just really, really beautiful. Like the Orthodox rite is completely different to the Catholic rite. Don't understand a word of it, haven't got a clue what's going on, but the churches are stunning. So I think I should have a go at visiting a few of them, and without the pack, go see a bit of Belgrade and find out a little bit more, hang out with the people, and then move on. So I've got 3 nights now to come to terms with this city, and yeah, let's go find our room. He kisses me, I hold him tight. He says we had a mighty time again, again. Settled in, and now I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go find some food. I found a place that is really, really good reviews. It's grill though again. I'm gonna go for a little walk around and then fill up my stomach. I'm gonna go make a list of markets and stuff and see if I can cook tomorrow. I think I'm gonna enjoy this now. I think I'm gonna try and enjoy it, like for real. It'll be good. It'll be good. Belgrade. Place of like restaurants, cabanas. There used to be loads of art here. Like, it's gonna be good.
I watch him close the door, hear his feet on the floor. All I want to say is stay. He says it does not work that way. Again, 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 again. It's her, he said, you know. He says he won't be back tonight. Again, 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 again. It breaks my heart, it does. Again. I watch him close the door, hear his feet on the floor, down the street and up the road, away from me, I'm all alone. Again, again, again.
So there was me a few days ago saying, cevapcici are not my thing, right? And they're not overall. Normally when you eat out here, the cevapcici are not good. Like, this is like the dish that you should try. And so far it has been disastrous, to say the least. Yeah, disastrous, it is the right word. It hasn't been good. But tonight, that has changed. So, earlier I was looking for food. I'd looked at different places. And then I went like, oh, how far do I want to go? And just picked out the place that was the highest ranked. And for little money. I arrived there, it all looks fine. I'm thinking I'm not making the cheese and the salad mistake again, just find a salad where there's definitely no cheese on it. And so the guy's going like, do you know, have you been here before? No, you should try this cevapcici. And I'm going, I fancy the liver. But I'm thinking, okay, you know, given the benefit of the doubt. So 5 veal sausages. It's not the most ethical meal that I've had, I suppose. But oh my god. Oh my god. Like, it was amazing. It actually was amazing. Like, I was like giggling while I was eating. So I ordered 5 sausages, 5 small sausages with 5 cevapcici, and then you get to choose yogurt or kainak. If you've ever eaten kainak, it's like triple cream. You gotta have the stomach for it. But I thought, okay, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. And then I had cabbage salad. It was so good. It was so good. And then the homemade pitas, they were amazing. Like, they were just, the whole thing was mind-blowing. And I'm thinking, oh my God, there's good food in this world. This is just wonderful. I ate all of it, like, had 2 beers, and then I was like, I wish I could eat the liver as well. So I don't know, I think I might, and it was like literally for the price of when you go to the chipper on Saturday night after a session of drinking, like it wasn't more than that. So I was all cheered up, and then I did the same thing for dessert because I'm thinking I need a cup of coffee, and I had another dobosh cake, and I had a piece of cake called Argentina. And the Argentina was like chocolate and cream and more cream, and with the coffee it was just really good. And the dobosh cake is like a layered cake of like cream, like with a real layer of caramel on top of it that kind of goes, that crunches. So I had a good night, like the crunchy top with the kind of, it's like coffee cream with coffee chocolatey cream, and it's lighter than the Argentina. It was good. Like, I'm just smiling because I finally have had a really good meal. Like, and I was really surprised by it. I didn't expect it because the other place was like had really good reviews as well, and it wasn't edible. Like, it was, compared to this place, they should close them down. So I'm gonna go in now. I should actually try and find if there is a shop where I can get some breakfast for tomorrow morning. I'll have a look. It's cold. It's really cold. It's much colder than it was. Not as in, you know, it's not freezing, but it's colder for sure. And I'm just happy. It's raining, so I'm glad I'm not walking. I just feel really satisfied. And I don't really have any other news. Oh, I do. Oh, what am I saying? Of course I have news. I have really important news. Do you know, what have I done all along this route? What is the thing that I keep on saying and repeating over and over? You know, step in the footsteps of those who have gone before you. What would the Romans do? What would the Romans do? Like, now I remember why I wanted to do this route in the first place. I'd read about it, and then while I was at home, and then I went like, okay, you know, when I get there, I'll do the work there then. And that was what was in my head, but I'd forgotten I'd actually read about it. So there is a route. Of course there is a route. This is one of the busiest routes that the Romans had. Like, the Via Francigena. I still don't know which one it is. It's an important route, but it was only started really late. Like, here we've got like the routes. Of course, you've got the route. You've got the Limes, which is the Danube, and then you've got a route underneath it, which is literally goes straight from the top of Italy all the way straight to Istanbul, and then you've got the middle road, what the Turks call the middle road. And so the lower road is the Via Ignatius, and the middle road is the Via Militaris. It was built in the 1st century by the Romans, not just any Romans. This was not done by slaves. This was built by the actual Roman soldiers. bigger stones, you know, dig it down, make a hole of 6 to 8 meters wide, put in stones, bigger stones at the bottom, smaller stones at the top, put on the paving stones and cover it with sand and let the sand settle down. I mean, it's genius. Oh, and let's not forget, at the top, it is rounded a tiny bit so that when it rains, the water flows into the side, to the side of the road where there is like a gullet to have the water stream away. Not too long ago, like a few years ago, a piece of that road was found. It was actually 8 meters wide, and in Serbia, on the Serbian side, so before you arrive into Sofia. I mean, of course. So that's the route I'm going to follow. Now, one tiny issue. This is something I remember as well. The reason I didn't want to really look at it at the time and study it is because, great minds think alike. This road was already used before the Romans put that road in. It's like a traditional route. Like everybody is. This is why I don't really. It doesn't matter. Like, follow my own rule, right? Only take your own advice. So do as the Romans do. They followed whoever came before them, and they decided it was a good idea. To Niš is not the biggest problem. To Sofia is the biggest problem. I was right there as well, because you're parallel to the main through road to Istanbul. So historically it's a busy road, and in some parts you can see the old Roman road from the new road, but I'm not going to be on the new road. I'll have to be on the Roman road, which means I will be again in the fields in the mud. Good news is definitely up to the Bulgarian border, and possibly after that. The Romans were clever. They had different places where you could stop. Now, not all of them, of course, turned into places that are still places now, but the inhabitation of that area, so the amount of people that live there in habitation, I'm not even sure if that's a word, the habitation, so people living around that area. Yes, there's people, which means it's pretty safe, because if the weather really turns, you can always knock on the door. I know not everybody's into it, and look at me, like I've been chickening out of going to the Franciscans now for 2-3 days. But, you know, there is no must at this moment in time. So when I must, I will. I've got my answers, like just a good night's sleep and a good meal, and all of a sudden we know again what we're doing. So I'm right about taking it's a good idea to have a break, to have a few days of doing nothing else but just looking at this, because I looked at it, but I didn't look into it in detail, and that's what I should be doing now. So I've kind of looked over dessert over the dobosh cake with coffee. I've looked at the road. So there is like a big road. This is the main road that goes all the way from Salzburg all the way to Istanbul. I've looked at that road, then looked at it's not secondary, they're also big roads, the feeder roads, let's call them that, off there, and going parallel, and then smaller roads in between. I'm trying to find the smallest roads, and I've got an app who can do that for me. So I'm really delighted with myself. That was really good. You know, I managed to find a place. I have a bed. I have keys. When I get back there, there's cups of coffee and just cups of tea if I want to, and I can just do my research, and I'm really happy. Take my own advice. Go with your gut. Open heart, open mind. If this is important, open the road before me and I will walk it. I like following the Romans. Yeah, it actually makes me happy because I haven't been thinking about the Romans very much since I entered Hungary. I mean, they were there all the time throughout my time in Holland and Germany and Austria, and then they kind of disappeared. But here they are again. Of course they are here. You know, you get so narrow in your focus when you have to do something every day, and then you lose some of the edges of why you are there and why you're doing this. Because there's other things you need to repeat in the introduction of who you are, where you're going every day. But here we are. I'm feeling really great. I'm gonna go do this. I cannot thank all of you enough for being on this journey with me. Like, it's, you know, all your help and all your support and your messages and your comments, and it all helps. It all helps. It's just amazing. Like, I can go and enjoy Belgrade tomorrow and the day after, and get ready to go do the rest of this. But first, I'm gonna find tea bags and some instant coffee and go back and have another really good night's sleep. I'll talk to you soon. Good night.